It's definitely a woman, and what the woman is doing is like she's trying to like cloak her energy. So she's always wearing like a veil in a sense or whatever, right? So and most of the time when people use like veils and stuff like that, when they're looking through like magic balls and stuff like that, you normally can't see them. You know what I'm saying? And that was the whole point, was to cloak her energy or whatever. This was not a black woman. This was definitely a woman of a different color. I want to say that she was. I think it was like a white lady. Could be. She could pass for a white lady. If not, she was, a little lighter skin or whatever. It definitely give me the vibe of, like it gives me the vibe of like a Wiccan practitioner in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like a pagan or a Wiccan practitioner or whatever. And I'm not saying that all you guys are the same color, but Anyway, it give me the vibe of this woman. It gives me the vibe that she comes from she could be overseas, but she could be like in it's like she lived in like a wooded area or something like that. And I want to say that she came from like Europe or something like that, somewhere over in like the European countries or something like that. But either way, anyway, this woman, she she's been like surveillancing me for whatever reason. I'm guessing because somebody paid her to do it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was like she came through, and not only did she come through, but there was also a pregnant woman that came through. She was not like a fat woman or anything. She was like a almost like a thick woman. I want to say, not thick as in like fat, but it's like she was. I want to say she was like she was tall in a sense, at least. She wasn't like slim. She was more slender. You know what I'm saying? What we call thick. You know what I'm saying? So she was like that, and she had, you could tell that she was pregnant because, she was clearly holding her stomach, and plus there was a bulge in her stomach. Okay. Also, there was, hold on just a second. Okay. So also on top of that, there was another circumstance situation that came up. It was that same woman. I saw her again, but this time when I saw her, it was like she had a veil. She had like a veil in front of like a crystal ball. Okay, she had like a veil in front of a crystal ball. It was like a sheet or a veil that she had like the crystal ball is something on the table, and then she had like a veil in front of that, hanging in front of that, and then on top of that she was cloaked. Girl. Woo. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. So, anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah, she was like cloaked or whatever, and she was just sitting there, just like staring or whatever. But um, there was a few details about her room or wherever that she practiced that I did see, and that was I did see. Oh, you lying. You gotta be lying. Covering from a hit and run. I don't know. Okay, yeah, shit, my fault. Some of the cheese see out here. So, like I was saying, like this this person, like in the background behind her, you could see like a cabinet. It was like a white cabinet. It had like I want to say like three or four doors to it or whatever. I'm not sure if it was hanging on a wall or not. It's either it was a cabinet or it was like a window, but I'm pretty sure it was a cabinet. Okay. And this ain't the normal cabinet that you would see in like in the house. It was like attached to a wall, like it's been there for a long time, like a cupboard. Well, no, not a cupboard, but it's like a what do they call those? Well, anyway, it was like a cabinet, with the little tiny doors and you could open them up like that. Yeah, it was like something like that. You know what I'm saying? So let me see what else we got here. Also, I saw a lot of entities out here. I saw a lot of demons and stuff like that. A lot of right now we're in the middle of like a spiritual warfare. There's a lot going on in the spiritual realm. I did do a spiritual bath not too long ago. When I did that, I was praying about something and I saw like it was like I was on the battlefield, right? And when I looked around on the battlefield, there was a lot of like slain, like enemies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they were all like laying down. You know what I'm saying? And then an angel flew to me. Hold on, an angel had flew to me, and it was all in all silver. It was an all silver angel. His skin and everything was just silver. And just like he flew over to me with his sword in his hand. He was trying to make sure that I was good and that I was okay. You know what I'm saying? But when I looked around, I saw a whole lot of enemies. Like in the normal realm, sometimes you just don't see what's around you. You know what I'm saying? But after I did this cleansing, I got to see all these. It was like a sea. It was a lot of like dead, like spiritual bodies all over, all around me, all around me. Okay. Also, what I saw in the clouds was that there was this. There's like a. Not only is there a spiritual warfare going on, a spiritual battle, intense spiritual battle, but the angel of death is out here too. But I mean, not the angel of death, but the horseman of death is coming here. It's one thing to be the angel of death. It's another thing to be the spirit of death. It's another thing to be, like a demonic death entity. But what I seen in the smoke, I do have the picture of it, was one of the horsemen. He looked like Lord Zed. I don't know if you guys know who Lord Zed is from Power Rangers, but he looked just like that with the helmet and all that shit. But he was like a grayish purplish color, and he was all like bones and stuff like that. Well, you can see his muscular system, but for the most part, he was all bones and muscular system. He had like an exoskeleton or whatever, right? And the same thing with his horse. His horse was like a hound dog. It reminded me of like a hound, but it was like a hound with its exoskeleton exposed in a sense. Okay, now um, when I saw that, you could see like its rib cages and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So that right there let me know that one of the plagues is out here. Okay. And also, when I looked into the clouds, what I saw something like this again yesterday. I saw it again, only it was different. It was like somebody who has like a lot of animals. It was somebody with a whole bunch of animals around them. I don't know if they like take care of animals or if they have pets or if they were like familiar spirits or whatever they were. They give me the vibe of like dogs. They were like watchdogs or something like that. Somebody with a whole bunch of dogs, maybe. But what happened was the spirit of death came in like a thief in the night. Everybody in the house ended it killed everybody in the house. Not just I don't think it was just everybody in the house, but it just wreaked havoc. They remind me of when like one of the plagues of like with Moses or whatever. When it was talking about you don't know the day and hour that the Lord will come, and it said that the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. Well, with Moses, remember when the Holy Spirit got involved with the warfare between them and Moses? They had to mark their doorposts with lamb blood to let them know, like the Passover, basically, right? And I think this is about the time that the Passover happened too. I believe. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was about the Passover, and during this Passover, the firstborn male or the firstborn son of Everybody's firstborn son was killed who didn't have the doorpost marking. You know what I'm saying? So it could be something affiliated with that, but I don't think it was just the firstborn son. I do. It was. It had to do with what was that? It had to do with like a bunch of enemies that like are like in one area. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how sometimes how a lot of how like say if it was a family or something like that. That's what it reminded me of. That this spirit of death was creeping into this home, and the familiar spirits that they have didn't make a noise. Because I remember it doing like this, and all the pets were just sitting there looking up like at it, and they couldn't move. Everybody else in the house was asleep. So as it was asleep, it crept past them, and next thing I know, it had like a sword, and it was cutting everybody's throats. Everybody in the house, they died by having their throats cut. I'm guessing in the spiritual realm first, and now it's manifesting into this realm here. I also saw that somebody was playing with spell work again and tried to send out another entity towards somebody with a guardian cat. Somebody has a cat, okay? Somebody has a cat familiar that's been following them or watching over them, okay? It's a black cat. Somebody got a black cat that, has been watching over them, okay? So if you got a black cat familiar, you've been in spiritual warfare, spell work, or whatever, somebody tried to send one of those, like a, what was the name of those little things? I don't want to say it's a spirit. It's not a poltergeist. I would just say it's a trickster spirit. Okay, that's what it was. It was something to come and like shake you up and scare you, but it also had like this disfigurish, ghoulish body. It looked like a Slimer off of Ghostbusters, right? That's what it looked like, or whatever. But it was coming to attack you, torment you, fuck with you, while you know what I'm saying. But this cat that was in this house, it transformed. I don't know whose cat this is, but this was a really strong cat. It had a crown. The cat actually had a crown. It had its horns. In the spiritual realm, horns is a representation of power. This cat had horns. It was small, but it was down for a fight, whatever it was that was being sent this way. And whatever was being sent this way, it was gonna fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't real big, you know what I'm saying? It was like a little small cat, though, you know what I'm saying? Also, when I was taking my shower, I seen that there was a baby that was taken away. And, if you lost a child recently, that child has been returned to the angelic realm. Um, in the angelic realm, there's an angel out there. There's an angel that presides over this child. There's an angel that presides over this child and this child's soul. Okay, so if this child has passed, more than likely it's not meant to incarnate into this world right now. You know what I'm saying? Either that, or it might have to find another conduit or doorway out into this realm. Once it do, you know what I'm saying? And this child, it was a cute little baby or whatever. I can't remember if it was a boy or a girl. You know what I'm saying? Off rip, I can't tell if it was a boy or a girl, but it did have like a round face. You know what I'm saying? I did remember seeing it had like a round face. But yeah, this angel, I don't know, angel came and took the baby back. So the baby could have been taken from the womb, or the baby could have actually been born and taken away. But yeah, I did see that out here. It was definitely a child being taken away and protected by an angel or whatever. Um, Let me see what other downloads did I get. Okay, so like I was saying before, like there was this medium that was like doing remote viewing or watching and surveillance and excuse me, doing spell work, things of that nature. Well, I tapped into that energy and I pulled cards on that. If you are dealing with a psychic medium, if you're the person that is doing spell work or whatever against you is using a psychic medium, I'm gonna let you know right now that this individual is well in tune with emotions and what they do. Like they have strengths and they have weaknesses. The strength that they have is that they excel at doing like emotional manipulation through like love spells and stuff like that. Remember, I told you guys about there was somebody out here. Hold on. Okay, so remember I told you guys that there was somebody out here who wasn't really a practitioner like that, but what they were doing was they were making like love spells, and then they were building shit up off the love spell. Well, that was this medium. That's this medium. She's really not a witch. She probably just have, just was born with like psychic ability or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what she does is she does put love spells over people, especially like clients and stuff like that. And what she does is she's attaching these strings to their like heart chakras and stuff like that. She's attaching energetic cords to different people. She has a lot of portals opened up to a lot of people's lives, so that she could tap into people's lives. She can remote view them. Like if you were a customer of this person, she's remote viewing you. She's keeping tab on your business and stuff like that. She's gossiping about you. She's telling people your business and shit like that. After she get done doing a reading for you or whatever, she goes back and she goes to gossip about your shit. So if you don't want that shit known, it's kind of too late now because there's energetic cords affiliated with this. So you're going to have to do a cord cutting ceremony to cut this bitch out your energy, especially if you don't want her to know your shit. Especially if you don't want her in your shit. Now, another thing that she does is she does uses water magic and stuff like that. And what she's doing is like she does like she basically after she creates the love spell, and what she does in order to break people up is that she try to manipulate people's will. Okay, this is a forbidden kind of magic. It is definitely soul magic. Well, not necessarily soul magic, but it's magic that's designed to bend the wheel, basically, right? Which is forbidden magic. Okay. Now, what this person is trying to do is she's created puppets of all these people and stuff like that. Like she's made puppets of like if you pay her, she'll make a puppet, like a puppet is basically what it is. And then she'll turn that into a puppet by manipulating people's heartstring chakras and stuff like that. And that's exactly where she operate in. You know what I'm saying? She got to connect to your emotions. She got to get emotional reactions and stuff out of you. And then that's how she attaches on. Okay. Now there is a way to kick her out of your energy. That's intense anger, intense rage. That'll kick her ass up out of there. Especially if you went to this woman with someone else, then you and them need to join hands together, hold hands together to intensify the connection. Y'all pray against this connection, ask God to cut and clear it, and pray with all your might. I'm talking about intense, pissed off energy. Because when you do that, you overwhelm her senses. She'll be down for weeks. Even if it's just two people, she'll be down for weeks. Okay? And when she does recover, all the spell work she sent back will kick her back down to her knees. Because she's done a lot of fucked up spell work and shit like that she don't want people to know about. That's what it is. Okay? Man, this is a nice fucking bridge. I need to give me one of those turnaround what's the name, so I can let y'all see some of the views and stuff that I see when I'm rolling. When I'm rolling, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not it's real therapeutic in a sense. You know what I mean? Man, my lips all dry and shit. Okay, anyway, so yeah, there's this woman out here. She's a medium or whatever, and that's what she does. Okay, you need to watch it. Be careful and watch out who does spell work and stuff for you. In my personal experience, this is how I feel about spell work, and I'm gonna be upfront and I'll be honest. When I was going through my spiritual warfare, there was a lot of people that came to me talking about, oh, I could get it off, I could cut it clear for you, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. But every time I would pay them to help cut the cords or cleanse my energy for me and stuff like that, it never happened. It never worked. So when you go to these people, you got to know who you're going to. And the reason why is because if they don't love you, or if they don't have some kind of strong connection to you, they won't fight for they won't fight for what they want. What's got to be done is hard. You see what I'm saying? Like, say if I just go to a random person, it's gonna be like, oh well, it is what it is. I'm just gonna do this right quick. They thinking about the bills they gotta pay, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do with the money. So if you gonna do all this shit, like on some real shit, your best bet is to pray about it or do it yourself. Go to somebody you love or do it yourself. Somebody who gonna fight that shit for you. Like this psychic medium and shit like that, whoever the fuck she is, yeah, yeah. Because you run into bitches like this. And what she's been doing lately is been trying to like tap into people's energies and manipulate them and stuff like that. And this is her way of keeping chaos and conflict up. You know what I'm saying? Because this person, they don't want to work. They don't want to work. They don't want to work like everybody else. You see what I'm saying? This is somebody who don't want to work. So, of course, in order to keep the chaos and conflict going, that's what they do. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do. They'll, instigate shit with certain people, and they'll tap into your energy, get your business, and all of that. And then after that, you know, hold on, just a second. I gotta do something right quick. But yeah, it's like with people like that, it's crazy because they tap into your energy. They'll steal your information. They'll try to energy harvesting is a big thing I've been hearing a lot of people talk about lately, about harvesting people's energies, tapping into their energies, and there's no telling. This person could be attaching certain cords to your root chakra and stuff like that, or your heart chakra to make you feel like that they can relate to you, or make you feel a certain way towards them, to compel you to keep coming back, keep trying to find out what's next. Uh, in a sense, she could be lying about some stuff, or she might say that make up an excuse of why something that she got paid to do isn't working, and she's just a con artist. Whoever this person is, they're a con artist. Definitely a con artist. Sorry about that. I had to make sure. I'm obviously I'm working, so you know. But every time I get done, it's like sometimes it's weird, whatever. So anyway, like I was saying before, yeah, like she's been this person has been gossiping and stuff about it. A lot of people. I don't know this person personally, but I'm just letting you know the energy that I pick up on and what's been the vibe that I've been picking up on. So anyway, there's also what I saw in the sky was there was two men sleeping next to each other or sleeping with each other. And the vibe that I got was that one of them was feeling really guilty about what they were doing, especially sleeping with this man. It was like one man was in love with the other one. One man is like deeply in love with the other one, but the other guy, whoever this was, is like they're starting to feel guilt because okay, yeah, I'm up in the mountains and stuff like that, so it's gonna be a lot of that kind of energy where it's gonna be like a detriment service. So yeah. Anyway, oh shit. Anyway, so like I was saying, it was like this man. He was like, I want to say that he was feeling guilty about what was going on. Like it's like he had a phone in his hand, right? And he was looking into his phone to try to see who called him and all this other stuff or whatever. You know what I mean? So let me see what else. For the most part, I think that was it. That was all the messages that I had got. But like I said before, I'm gonna start up a new. I got my Patreon set up, or I'm gonna set up my Patreon, and I'm gonna put a description link in the box below. So for those of you who want to support, come over and show some love and some support. I appreciate it. It's definitely going to a good cause. I'll put the cause down there. Well, I'll put the cause with on the Patreon or whatever. So anyway, I think that's about it. Uh, I mean, I guess I could read a few things that's going on right now. So far, I can see there's like this woman watching like two people kiss or something like that, or two people like I don't know if there's like somebody watching. Be careful who watching your kids because somebody got these kids out here doing shit they're not supposed to be doing. Like they like teaching kids how to kiss each other and shit like that. So you might want to be careful with that. Be careful with your babysitters and shit like that. This is like a teenager or somebody who think it's funny to watch kids kiss and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful about that shit. You don't know who's been kissing on that baby. If it's two babies, you don't know who's been kissing on that baby. Because let's be real, it's a lot of people with a lot of shit out here, and they be sharing like makeup and shit like that, sharing makeup with each other, sharing blunts and drinks, drinking behind each other. You know what I'm saying? You got kitchen witches out here doing spell work and magic and shit, putting their blood in people's food and drinks and shit like that, and then and not even cleaning the pots out. It's like they're not even doing like the spiritual cleansing over the pots and shit that they've been using doing the spell work in. You know what I mean? And when you do that, you still got lingering spell work on that shit. So if you've been doing death spells and working with poisons and shit like that, there's a chance your kid might go in there, trying to make them some cereal with a bowl you did, death spell magic in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like nah. But a lot of this here is like somebody is coddling a new baby. Somebody is breastfeeding a child. This is somebody breastfeeding a child. Somebody is at home with their kids and they're probably breastfeeding their children right now. I did see like there was this guy. It was like somebody out here is in a like spiritually they're exceptionally weak, or like their body just may be weak. You know what I'm saying? But what I saw was there was somebody that was like skin and bones and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they were like cuddled up with like a woman. You know what I'm saying? They was cuddled up with a woman. This woman, it gave me the was I don't know if she had like control over this motherfucker or whatever it was, but it was definitely a male. And whoever it was, it's like they was like afraid and scared and shit some shit. Like this motherfucker was like looked like Smeagol. You remember Smeagol from Lord of the Rings? You remember Smeagol? Yeah, that's what that motherfucker kind of looked like. He was all hunched over and shit, all skin and bones and shit like that. So yeah, somebody's daughter is out here watching. Like somebody's daughter is watching me too. Somebody's throat and heart chakra is blocked, or somebody has like been doing some kind of spell work to make sure there's a disconnection between what you say and how you feel. There's some kind of spell work here. It has to do with like a doll or figurine candle magic, is what I'm seeing here. I do see a feather out here, a white feather. So if you do our smudging or whatever, definitely get you a feather to assist with your smudging process to sweep away those negative energies and stuff like that. Let me see what else we got out here. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff out here that's like it's a lot of conflict, and not just like conflict and drama, but it's a lot of like smoke out here. So somebody could be using like smoke magic, but it looks like somebody's using some kind of smoke to keep circumstances hidden from you. Okay, so don't take everything from like well, do your best not to take everything as a first glance. It's like somebody's out here playing with smoke and mirrors. Is what I get here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's trying to use like like smoke to smoke up the psychic or spiritual or astral realm so that you can't see through what's coming through or what's going on, or certain people can't see what's going on here, right? Um, Also, another thing, when I was doing my spiritual bath, there was another form of not divination, but I actually found one of the doorways that this medium had opened. Okay, and the vibe that I got was that there was this brown round table wherever this person is at. Okay, wherever there's somebody like a channeler or whatever. There's a round table. It's a small room. Well, sometimes it's a small room, sometimes it's like a living room. But I remember seeing like a brown round table, okay? And it looked like a break room, okay? In this break room, they got somebody who channels. This person sits in a chair, okay? And what they do is they do their best to tap into people's energy or do like remote viewing, or, you know what I'm saying? Try to create, ties with people and stuff like that, right? Normally, sometimes this person leave the doorway open, and I was able to tap into their third eye and see what was going on. I remember them spying on a couple of my exes, and the way that they were doing it was they were looking through mirrors. They were like attaching themselves to mirrors and stuff like that, and looking through mirrors to remote view people and stuff like that, right? I had one in particular ex that was going somewhere to get spell work done. Yes, this person was spying on you when you went to go get that done, and I saw you. The person was behind a counter, and well, when you walk in to your left, it's like a counter to the left, okay? And there's a veil above the door. Now, the view that I had was that I was at this counter. I can't tell what's off to the left of me, but off to the left in front of me was a doorway. Okay, I've seen my ex over there several times, and I also know that my ex was also had to be sleeping with this person. Had to be. This person had one of those sectional couches, and I believe it was gray. I believe it was gray. Okay, but it's like one of those sectional couches, but it's the big sectional couches where real wide. It was like the real wide one, not the cheap thin one, but the expensive wide one. Okay. The other one, the other time I saw this, that I came could tap in this person's third eye, I saw another one of my exes putting her makeup on. So this person could be copying what my ex does in terms of makeup, and trying to wear the same makeup and do stuff that my ex been doing through the mirror. So if you are watching this, if you are one of my exes and you're watching this, and you do your makeup a certain kind of way, there is somebody out here who's been remote viewing you through your mirror, watching you apply your makeup and stuff like that, and copying off you on how you do your makeup. So don't be shocked if you're in a relationship with somebody, or the person that you used to be dating or whatever comes up to you and they look exactly like you. You know what I'm saying? That doppelganger energy, right? So I said all of that shit just to say this. This time when I tapped in, it was a bigger mirror. And when I tapped in, I saw three men. I saw three men, okay? And one of the men was the same dude who lived down the street from me that I was telling you about, that walked the dog and kept walking around my house and stuff like that. Remember I kept telling you about that? He kept walking around my house, especially in the wintertime, and I saw his foot tracks around the house. Well, he did it again, actually, not too long ago. He was walking in my driveway around my house again. And he don't think that I don't think he know that I know it was him, right? So, another thing, he had a friend with him. This friend had, like, you remember, I don't know, y'all. He remind me of like he gives me the vibe of like a somebody who, like a dope fiend basically. And he don't have much hair. He's balding. He's brown skinned. He's an older man. He's got to be like in his 40s, almost 50. He not as tall as me. Uh, he's solid. Don't get me wrong, but his shoulders droop down like this, like he droop, his body droops down, and he had like this sweatshirt on, almost like what I had on. You know what I'm saying? But it was a little bit thicker and lighter. He had a sweatshirt on, whatever. The first man that I said that was walking around my house and shit like that, he was sitting there drinking. He was drunk as shit. He was the drunk. So I know anytime that I get a reading and they say that a drunk motherfucker was doing something, it's his ass. Now the dope fiend dude, the one that's addicted to like the pills and shit like that, which it could also be like a female too, but they're both embodying feminine energies here. Okay, so this dude, you know what I'm saying? He had like a little mustache. He had a mustache, but it's like he had the Benjamin Button haircut. Well, not Benjamin Button. He's balding in the middle. You know what I'm saying? He bald in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Which I think I seen him walking down my street too. But okay, whoever this other guy was, he had like a furrowed brow. Okay, and it looked like a little butt on his head. He gets so mad sometimes that it look like he got an ass on his head. It look like his head, his face look like a camel toe. He get that mad that all of this scrunches up, and it's like a little booty on his head. That's what it looked like. It looked like a little booty, like a little butt. And then I also got to see the person who was channeling, but I couldn't see their face all the way. But when this person channels, their eyes roll back to the back of their head. Is what's going on. Okay. Not only that, but there was also this other energy. Remember, I told you about that man who was coddled up with that woman. There was this person who I'm thinking of going through cancer or something like that. They're really sick and they're really skinny. Okay, and I could tell because and they were sending spell work my way too, and I could tell because when I was looking in the mirror, I could see like the darkness around the eyes. There was almost, oop, it was almost like you could see like a skull, like you could see into their skull almost. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like it's been some crazy shit. Like lately, like I've been picking up on a lot of shit, and it's been wild. But I guess that's because of Pisces season. With Pisces season, it's an intuitive season. It's like being in the water. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna feel everything. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what else do I see before I click off. Yeah, I just see a lot. I just keep seeing this woman, and you know what? Now that I think about it, now that I'm looking at her right now, I've seen this woman before. This is the woman that used to have a lot of chickens and shit like that. Matter of fact, she had two dogs. That's what happened. She attacked me before, and she had two dogs. Okay, one of her dogs got killed. The last time she attacked me, one of her pets died. It was a black dog. And she came up to me and said, "You see, look what they did. Look at what they did to my dogs." And I felt bad for her at first, but and after thinking about it, I'm like, "No, bitch, this is because you attacked me." You know what I'm saying? Like you did this shit to yourself. But either way, whoever this person is, they live in a remote area. They have like a wooden fence around the entire perimeter. And not only that, it's like they live out in the woods in a sense, right? In order to get there, you have to go up this it's like you drive through the woods. It's like a narrow road that leads to her house, and it's like woods on both sides. But when you get there, it's like a little clearing. It's a clearing with a house right there with a wooden fence around it. And she normally live out there and like in the middle of nowhere with her two dogs. And one of her dogs died from from the spell work that she put out. Which got to be rough because if you live out there in the middle of nowhere, you ain't got nobody to talk to. That is the person you talk to. You see what I'm saying? Well, I just saw her again, and she's watching now. Actually, her hair, when she's in the astral realm, her hair is blue. It's like a blue flame, and it's always waving. That's because that's the indication that she's under like a watery vibe, right? And I got a vibe that this is the same woman who was sending out incubus and succubus energies and stuff like that or whatever, right? Anyway, I do need to backtrack right quick. I'm gonna backtrack to the reading that I did on that medium woman. Now, one thing that I was seeing was that she was losing a lot of money, but what you don't know is that uh, while she was remote viewing me, she actually tried to do like either she was trying to do like love spells on me, or love spells, or whoever this medium is, they do love spells, but it's to destroy people, to draw them in and to hurt them and harm them. Or she was trying to she actually fell in love after watching me or whatever, because what happened was she did a love spell, an obsession spell, and a love spell, and they both backfired. And now she's still trying to do the obsession spell and the love spell. She just keep trying to redo it, but trying to do it in different ways. And the reason why she's doing it like this is because she has this inferiority complex where she has to feel like other people want and or need her. When she come across people who are independent of her and don't want her and don't need her, it triggers her. It triggers something in her. You know what I'm saying? It triggers something in her. This could be a woman who could sabotage her children to keep them from leaving her because she has abandonment issues. You see what I'm saying? She's triggered by everyone in the house leaving her. So if that's the case, 9 times out of 10 she makes puppets and puppets of everybody to control everybody in circumstances and situations. Everyone she meets, she try to keep them because she's a hoarder of people. She's a hoarder. That's what she is. A lot of people think about people as being hoarders, so it's like you have a dirty home or whatever, you just hoard yourself. This is a woman who hoards energy. She's a hoarder, and she doesn't know that. She doesn't recognize the fact that she's a hoarder. She's hoarding these connections. She's trying to keep people from leaving her, because when they do leave her, when people leave her, she don't know how to handle that, or it opened up the doorway for new energies to come and go as they please, and she don't like that. She's afraid of change. At least that's what one, because I was listening to this other reader, and they was talking about somebody out here was afraid of change, and now it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? This person is definitely afraid of change. Okay, so and to avoid change, or to avoid things, you know what I'm saying? This person is doing spell work to revert things back to the way they used to be. This person is trying to do spell work to basically to make these ties to keep people, make people feel like that they can't move on from her or from this circumstance and situation. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's about it. I think that was about it. Yep. So y'all definitely be careful, and don't forget, like, that spirit of death is definitely out here. It is. I mean, the the four horsemen. What do they call it? The four horsemen of the apocalypse. The rider, the death rider. He out here. All right. So I'm gonna cut this short. Thank y'all for y'all love and support. I had to turn the comments off because I know that while me doing what I'm doing, I couldn't just read everything that had to be said or whatever like that. So I just turned it all off. All right. Love y'all all. Take it easy. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post my Patreon up. Those who still want to continue to follow me or whatever, feel free to join my Patreon. My Patreon it may gonna be my reading place when I do my readings and stuff like that. You'll see when you check it out. You'll see what the rest of it is about. All right, y'all take it easy. I'm gonna get back to work, and I'll catch up with y'all later. Peace.